Hello, wonderful people. Hope everyone's healthy and safe. I'm Scott Curry from the Rhubarb restaurant in the beautiful Highlands, Ontario. We had a request from comewander.ca to make a locally inspired cocktail with ingredients everyone can find in their home. So being the nature of we don't want to be taking extra trips to the store, I have gone through my fridge and cupboards and found ingredients I have at home, and I'm going to be giving you some substitutions for each ingredient. I've made one that you can substitute lots of different flavors, work with your favorite spirit, so everyone can kind of tailor this to what they have. So I'm going to be doing a shrub today. A shrub is a drinking vinegar, so you're going to be getting your acidity from the vinegar, so you don't need to use citrus. Any vinegar can be used. I'm going to be using apple cider vinegar. This is my favorite. Apple cider vinegar is going to be kind of a softer, fruitier profile. You can use white vinegar as well if you have it. It's going to be a bit sharper, really clear, and then you can use balsamic as well for darker flavors. Any substitution there is fine. I'm going to be using some strawberries, lemon zest, and pepper to flavor my shrub today. And in the cocktail, we're going to be using some Ontario Georgian Bay gin, a little bit of soda, and egg white you'll see there, but we're going to deal with that stuff later. So right now, the shrub, for the sake of speed here, I've already heated up our honey. Did I mention the honey before? So honey, the honey we use is from Peterborough, Ontario, Steve and Brian's honey. There's going to be a 1/4 cup of honey, and then a 1/2 cup of water, and a full cup of your apple cider vinegar. That has all been brought to a simmer, and I've let it sit here on the heat right now. I'm going to add some strawberries. So right now, unfortunately, we're a little bit early for Ontario strawberries, but when you can get those nice ripe Ontario strawberries, it's going to be even better. You can substitute your fruit here, anything that you like that you have in your fridge, blueberries, raspberries, nectarines. There's lots of different things you can do. I've gone with lemon zest, so this is going to be getting the oils of the lemons, kind of a really nice, vibrant, aromatic kind of lemon you're going to get from this. I give a little bit of squeeze to add the oils to the shrub here. Now when you zest your lemons too, you want to try and get as much of that white pith off as well, because that's going to add a bit of bitterness to it. When you're looking at shrub recipes on the internet, Google shrubs. There's a lot to, if you're not familiar with shrubs, there's lots to learn. They've been being made for centuries. You can do them in tons of different ways. This is kind of a combination of ways that people like to make them, which is you can boil it and boil it with the fruit, which will get it done quicker, but you're going to get that kind of stewed fruit flavor. Or you can do it cold and in the fridge in a cold, that one can take up to a few days to really get the flavors though. I like to do a bit of a combination of the two. So I have, I add my fruit and flavors while it's still hot, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge and leave it for a few hours. So we're hoping that in a few hours here, we're going to have a nice kind of pink color come out of it, and some of that nice fresh flavor here. So this is, I've just taken here a potato masher. You can use a cocktail muddler. If you don't have one of these, a wooden spoon, anything around the house to try and kind of mash this up. So, beautiful. And then I'm going to crack a little bit of pepper in here. Pepper's great in cocktails. It's going to add the same as when you're doing with food. It's going to add that just that little bit of heat. It's going to lift all the other flavors. You're not going to want to go too strong there. 3 or 4 little turns, and I'm going to give it a quick whisk. There we are. And I'm going to put the lid on here. And then we're going to put this in the fridge here for, once it's come down to room temperature, we're going to put it in the fridge, leave it for 3 hours, 4 hours minimum, come back, and we're going to enjoy our cocktail. All right, folks, it's been about 4 hours for us now. As you can see here, the shrub turned out a real nice color. So what I've done there is I took it out of the fridge, strained it through a fine strainer here, and I used that same potato masher that you saw me use earlier, just to kind of squeeze out the last bit of goods out of that. Out of the fruit that was in the shrub. Okay, so we'll get to making the cocktail. So I have pre-cracked an egg white here. So we'll go 1 egg white. So I'm doing this in a shaker with no ice is important too. Whenever you're doing an egg white cocktail, to get it nice and light and fluffy, you're gonna want to give it a dry shake, we call it. So you're gonna shake it up with no ice. So I'm going with the shrub here. 1.5 ounces of the shrub. And we're gonna do the same of our gin here, so equal parts. Nice and easy. Georgian Bay gin, again, I used a fantastic Ontario product. There's lots of other great Ontario gins out there. If you're a vodka drinker, you don't love gin, then you can substitute vodka. Even a darker spirit like a bourbon or rye would be really nice with this. Okay, cool, so we're gonna give her a dry shake here. You don't have to do this for too long. All right, and then got some ice here, so we're gonna add the ice. And we're gonna give a good shake of ice. Nice. There we go. So now, what I'm gonna do here is a little double strain action. So if you do have one of these fine strainers, this is gonna kind of catch any of the ice particles, any other loose stuff that was hanging in there, and give you your nicest, cleanest cocktail here. So you can see here, we got a nice, it's got that nice, airy, fluffy texture that we want from our egg white cocktail. Beautiful. We're gonna want to leave a little bit of room at the top here. Beautiful. And I'm gonna top with soda here. So what we've done is a little take on a gin fizz. So you'll see there, it's nice. You're gonna get that nice foam on the top. And now if you're a non-alcoholic drinker, like I am at the moment, we're gonna go and make a non-alcoholic version. This is great. So we got your shrub, super easy. Just pour in some shrub. You'll be able to taste it kind of too. So I'm gonna eyeball there a couple of ounces and top her up here with soda. Beautiful. Give that a little bit of a stir. And we'll toss a garnish on here. Got some lemon zest. And we got a little bit of strawberry action here. I've kind of pre-done these. And so we'll rock that out here. All right, so we call this one the Happy at Home Fizz. Like I said, you can kind of substitute this for what you have at home. Hope everyone's staying safe, staying healthy. Enjoy. Cheers.